All right. Thank you for joining me here on my premiere little streamcast. I don't even know what to call this. There's going to be some things that go wrong here. You're just going to have to bear with me. I've never done this before, but I think it's cool. I just got this new software. So, hey, listen, it's Freelance Friday, and we are going to take some questions on Quora. I haven't been doing my part here. I've been getting a ton of questions, so I figured, why don't I just broadcast this live, try it out, make a fool of myself, and see if anybody likes it, just to get it going, right? So let's just start going through it. If there's any questions that you guys have for me regarding freelancing or remote working or marketing, whatever you guys want to ask me, just write it in the comments section. Not that I even know how to see the comment section right now, but I'll eventually figure out how to get to it. So just let me know what you guys are thinking. If it's cool, give me a little clap or a thumbs up or smash the like, whatever you guys want to do. I don't expect a lot from this. Neither should you. So thank you for joining me. But we are going to get into some different Quora questions now that have been coming in. So we're just going to go through them. And if you guys want me to follow up on anything, just let me know. So let's go through them. First one is, what am I doing wrong as a freelancer? I don't know what you're doing wrong as a freelancer because it could be any number of things. So I think I would need to get a little more specific with what you're doing and what your process is. What your proposals are like. I imagine you're having a tough time finding the work. So I think some things that you definitely want to concentrate on are really honing in on your proposals and figuring out, who is your ideal client. So if you want to let me know some more information on like what platforms that you're using to try and find work, or like your typical process of writing proposals, I may be able to be more help, and then we can kind of unpack some things there. But just let me know. We are gonna move on from that one. So this one's, and the next one, this one is, how could I find a reliable site to get a work from home job? Well, so there's tons of sites these days. The one that I am the most familiar with is obviously Upwork, since you see the page is named after that. So I think Upwork is just an awesome site for getting not just a job that's going to be like your 9 to 5, but a lot of it's going to be please use a keyframe frequency. I don't even know what that means. Okay, I'm getting a error with YouTube. I don't even know what that means. But Upwork has people that are basically just ready to hire you right away. They're not tire kickers. They are, they want to get someone working with them immediately. So if you're looking for a legit site, I would check out Upwork, obviously. I would check out Fiverr. Now, the problem with Fiverr is you really need to have an established kind of productized offering. Maybe this is logos if you design logos. Maybe this is blueprints if you design blueprints. Maybe this is a specific copywriting piece or things like that are very small in scope, but that you do super well. So you kind of develop that skill and then you put it onto Fiverr. Like imagine like you go to a grocery store. These are like prepackaged goods that you would see on the shelf, versus Upwork, where it's more or less ongoing work related. So this is more like your hourly gigs or your longer term projects, where it's going to be more partnership based. And I've done mostly the Upwork thing where usually selling my time for money to work with different brands and different businesses and things like that. And it's legit. And there's companies right now putting stuff out there that they need. So if you haven't already, I would definitely check that out. I would go right into the find jobs section, search out what exactly you're looking for, and I guarantee you there's going to be like tons of people requesting that. So what I would do is make a profile, do a great job with it, make a video, make sure it's because they're very picky these days about getting on the platform. So do a great job. And then once you get accepted, start going for those jobs and start applying for them. And I can get more into, how to write the perfect proposal and how to craft your profile so that you can start to get attention. And it's a little difficult at first because you don't have a lot of like reviews and things to go off of. But, we all start somewhere. I started somewhere. So yeah, the name of the game is just to get approved on there first. And then, we can kind of drill down to figuring out, the job that you're trying to get and how to apply for it properly. Cool. Hope that answers that question. Let's go into here. So when you get your first job on Upwork, how many chances you have to get another one? So, the thing is, when you don't have a lot of reviews yet, you're pretty vulnerable to a bad review because, there's not too many other people there that have your back. So you want to be really careful early on when, when you do get that first gig, and make sure that you really blow it out of the water so the client's super happy and wants to help you with your business. And that comes in the form of typically a nice review and a referral. And those are the best things to get. So, early on, try your best not to get a bad review because that can really, really hurt you moving forward. I think it was like my second or third gig where I think she only gave me like 3 stars. And I think to this day, it's like my worst review. And fortunately, I was able to climb myself out of that. It didn't hurt me too bad. So, it's not like a nail in the coffin, but still you want to make sure that if you are going to, get some funky reviews, that there's enough there to start to reinforce it. But as far as chances, they're not going to boot you off the system because you didn't do a stellar job. They're going to boot you off the system if you lie to the client and just completely, maybe take their money and then just bounce or do something super shady. They're not going to give you a bunch of chances. They're going to kick you off because they're really looking for honest people, not perfect people. So just keep that in mind. When you're selecting jobs, I always say, make sure you do what you say you're going to do. And if you can't, just be honest and say, I overstated, I messed up, but I want to, figure out how to fix this. So many people, I've experienced this like tons of times where, they can't do something, they get stuck, and then they just like say, good luck, dude. And man, that is so bad because not only did, the client pay for your time or pay for the project, but you also wasted their time now. And they have to go find a new freelancer, and they have to start in the negatives now, and it's a bad situation. So don't do that. Really try. The answers are out there usually if you get stuck. So I would try and find out how to fix a problem versus figuring out how to talk yourself out of dealing with the job that you selected. If you're going to take on a job, do your best to complete it and try your best to complete it well so you get those good reviews. I've had a lot of situations where I almost panicked because I'm like, I don't know how to do this. And then I just said, okay, I'm going to watch a couple of YouTube videos. I'm going to figure it out. There's got to be a solution to this. And, there was. So, Yeah, definitely figure it out. Don't abandon your clients because you're not going to get a lot of chances for that. Cool. I hope that answers that question. Let's take another one. So we have, how can I reactivate my suspended Upwork ID? So often I hear about people getting their account suspended, and Upwork can be pretty quick with it. So you definitely want to be careful and not put yourself into this position, because at that point it really comes down to you trying to clean up this mess. I actually got, I think it was pretty early on. Again, I tend to have made all my mistakes early on and learned from them. So this was, I forget the situation, but I think the client was like trying to be shady and pay me like outside of the system, and I didn't realize it at the time. And I think the reason why Upwork got pissed is because I think they like canceled their credit card that was on file with Upwork, so it red flagged them. And yeah, and they took it out on me, even though I had nothing to do with it. And they just like, suspended me, and it really sucked because I had a bunch of money in there that you couldn't touch. So that's not a cool situation to be in. So, you really want to not get suspended in the first place. But if you do get suspended, your best bet is to try and, prove that you really like didn't intend on this to happen, that this isn't, something you want to do, whether it's like, usually it's a circumvention situation, if you are getting suspended. But it really comes down to exactly what you did, because they're going to be, not that forgiving about certain things and possibly forgiving on other things. But I know it's difficult to fix these things. So you want to come to the table when you are trying to fix it with some like, some really solid evidence of why this isn't, something that is a normal thing, and why you should be on the system, and how much you love these guys. So do whatever you can do, because getting banned from the system would really suck at this point. Cool. I hope that answers that question. Just stand by 1 second, guys. I'm getting an error on this YouTube thing. I'm just trying to figure it out.